Hey, all you TFO shit sticks, it's Striker. We're coming at you with the TFO 2022 Championship pregame. Little Jimmy is beside me and behind me and always bent over in front of me, so let's get into the stats.
Hey, Chris!
Yeah?
Hey, Chris!
What, Jesus fuck, man, what?
Hey, it's me, the Raj, the TFO Commish. Your wife says you've been down here since February with 5 pounds of mushrooms?
Huh?
I'm here to do the championship games with you, man.
But look,
we talked
where's
about
little
this in
Jimmy?
We talked about this in January. Jimmy? Who's Jimmy?
We're in the multiverse, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Did you eat all these mushrooms yourself?
Well, little Jimmy had some, but it was, yeah.
God damn it, Chris. Next time call me. I'll help. Jesus.
I guess there's only one thing we can do. Strap up and strap on.
Welcome to Season X.
So what are we doing?
I'm here to replace little Jimmy today.
Okay.
It's okay. Little Jimmy's still around.
Okay.
I assume.
Okay. Okay. So, all right.
We're gonna do the Bad and Mad Championship preview, and then on Saturday we're gonna have the Big Bad Championship game, and then on Sunday's the Big Mad Championship game. You had a team this season, don't you remember?
Yeah.
Broforce. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Let's fucking go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do the Bad and Mad Championship preview. All right, you TFO heads, it's the 2022 season coming to an end, as on Saturday we have the TFO 2022 Bad Championship, and on Sunday the TFO 2022 Mad Championship. First, Striker, let's look at the big Bad Championship game against the video game Vixens, 13-3, taking on the Dungeons and Dragons, 13-3.
Nerds.
What do you think of this matchup, Striker?
It's going to be a good one, I feel. It's very evenly matched based on the record. Both had some very stellar games, and then those losses did cut a little hard, but we're in for a good one today, I feel.
And both of them are in snap divisions. Both of them won their division, and so, yeah, it's going to be a pretty big game. Video Game Vixens, not only they're 13-3, they're owned by the legendary John JB, not BJ, Balog. You know, he's been with TFO 9 seasons with 3 different teams, and he has been to the championship twice, winning the Hades Bowl in 2019. So he's looking for something that's never occurred in TFO history. He's looking to go for his 3rd year.
Third, yes. Well, he does put out the shit cakes quite frequently.
You know what? We'll add that commercial. That is
Okay,
a great
yeah.
idea. What a brain there.
Yes.
They're tasty.
I mean, I love the old BJ, and I love what he...
JB.
Oh, yeah.
JB.
Yeah,
I love an old BJ too.
Yeah, and he's been bringing a lot of things, stuff and things to the league, and so he's been a good owner. I love it.
Yeah, he's the number 3 bad offense and the number 3 bad defense.
Yeah, that's right. They're coming in with 6,523 yards offense with a 72% pass. And that defense has only allowed 4,724 yards, but evening out with the 73% pass. Very even on both sides.
Yeah, they're just allowing, and I think this is something that's been going on this season where pass has been just hitting harder than run, but allowing 70+% and then doing 70+%, there's going to be a lot of passing. I think that's
Yeah.
what we can agree on.
Yeah, agreed.
So they won the Badass Snap division by 1 win against their arch rivals, the Wannabe Ballers, who they ended up beating during the playoffs. And then to get here, they unfortunately, I'm sorry, brother, they had to beat your Time Variance Authority. They did
Yes.
it by 13 points in that Badass Championship game. But you know what? The TVA had a hell of a season, and most of that success is to your golden voice.
Well, yes, in part, but at the same time, it might have been those 5 pounds of mushrooms, but seeing much clearer now, even though little Jimmy is going to be out for his yearly liver transplant in a few weeks, but...
It's funny you say that because I watched last year's championship and he was out for the liver transplant.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up again.
Poor Jimmy.
Poor Jimmy. But against the Wannabe Ballers, I mean, to take those wins over Footsteps Falco and how he's been able to battle his way in and out of shit situations. So, yes, they have to be very happy that they're here.
And the Wannabe Ballers were last year's champions. They were the Phoenix Bowl champions. So a win over them really cements these VGV as going as the premier Youngstown, Ohio owner, if you will. And there's a lot of players from there, but JB pretty much brought him into the league, and he's asserting his dominance.
Yes, exactly. He loves a good hair pull.
So who are those key players that we have today, Striker?
Well, let's see. Key players today. Quarterback Kelly Kapowski, the 2019 Pro Bowler, coming in at number 3 as the bad passing QB. 4,000 yards, even with 48 touchdowns.
Over 4,000 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, over. Okay.
I just didn't want to put the other yards in there. I thought it was easier to say over
4,000 plus
over
yards.
4,000 yards!
Holy shit! And passing to the wide receiver, Mad Moxie, she was number 5
Hot.
bad receiver, yes. You love her in that cell shading of the Borderlands, right?
But yeah, it's Borderlands.
Yeah.
I don't know why I put 5 here, so ignore that.
All right. With plenty of receptions this season for 1,900 yards and 22 touchdowns.
Yeah, she's been a force. You know, there's been a lot of controversy this year about Kelly Kapowski. She didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's what she needed to do. There's a lot of this, why isn't she in the Hall of Fame? And she only made 1 Pro Bowl in all of her seasons, even being a championship previous. So she has a lot of resentment, I think, and so does John Balog. So I think they're out here to prove something here today.
Yeah, and if they can come away with this victory, it will prove just that.
Also, as a weapon, they have Jackie Chan, the tight end. I get a lot of questions about this. Jackie Chan, a video game vixen. Well, you've not seen him in the Chun-Li costume, I assume. Sexy as fuck. And he has been in the league for a while. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler, 26 and 2020. He actually played on John Balog's original team, which were the 8-Bit Brigade, because this is the 3rd team that Mr. Balog has had. He's had the 8-Bit Brigade, the Dirty 90s Sluts, who were headed by Kelly Kapowski, and then the video game vixens. So, and then on defense, we got that Laura S. Arseed from the Cold Steel video game series. She just had an amazing season. She's the 2022 defensive MVP, the only Pro Bowler for the video game vixens, and the number 1 bad sacker with 38 sacks. She is 38. A threat. She just nails that center, and then just like a video game vixen's going right for the big ball.
Indeed.
And let's not forget the left inside linebacker, Yora Tubey. She's a 2-time Pro Bowler, 28 and 2019, and she was the 2019 MVP for defense. So realistically, they have 2 defensive MVPs on their team, Laura S.R. Seed and Yora Tubey. That is an epic combination.
And that is quite impressive, especially in this league and this season. Those inside linebackers didn't have too much of a presence. It was mostly D-line and some of those outside linebackers. So that is a testament in itself to that player.
Well, on the opposite side, we got the Dungeons and Dragons, owned by Tim the Body Henriquez. And they have had an epic season. This is his second season in TFO. But if I remember correctly, I think last season he was like 13-3 as well, won his division. He definitely knows what he's doing. I'm in the TOL as the early Aughts Armada. Great team. But we lost to Tim Henriquez in our last round in the playoffs, so I know how good of a owner he can be.
Well, little Jimmy and I perusing through his Facebook pictures, he is as impressive in those Facebook posts, musclies and tattoos and all that good junk, as he is in the virtual world.
Vascular. You said
yeah,
vascular.
vascular. He's so vascular. You're gonna puke after you see the veins out of his neck rolls, brother.
He's so strong. In TOL, he threw me into the sun. That's how he eliminated me from the playoffs.
Careful, Icarus. Anyway, so yes, the body just as impressive in the virtual world as the real world. Number 7 bad offense, almost 6,000 yards with 69%. Nice. Rating on pass completion.
That's how many passes they did compared to runs. So again,
I'm retarded.
We're more heavy in passing than running. So, but you can see here, based on these numbers, it's kind of in line with what the Video Game Vixens had. But the defense here, number 1 bad defense, they only allowed a little over 4,000 yards. But 61% of that allowed was passing, which is one of the lowest pass percentages we have. So D&D's real good at the pass.
Well, and that's surprising that they're on the lower end of that percentage, especially when compared to Video Game Vixens, but still making a deep run into the playoffs.
Yeah, to me, these numbers just mean a lot of yards going to be here on that game.
Yeah.
And a lot of touchdowns, probably, to be honest with you. D&D won their division, the bad guy snap division. They beat it by tiebreaker against the glorious Kazakhstan, who was also 13-3, who they beat in the playoffs as well to qualify for this game. Actually, the game before this was against the Blitzkrieg. They beat them by 12 to win the bad guy championship. And Henriquez has been here 2 seasons, 1 team, and has 6 pro players.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate to see that glorious Kazakhstan did get eliminated from the playoffs. We all know that we wanted that story to write itself out as one for the ages for our good friend John Pryor. But as Dungeons & Dragons come into this, it is extraordinarily impressive how the body has made his way through the trenches of this.
You know, it puts a lot of pressure on him too, right? You beat Pryor. You know, so that puts a lot on you because now you have to take that mantle.
You got to carry the burden, son.
And we're gonna honor Pryor. We're gonna have the Wah Wah Wee Wah Award, which is for the exceptional ownership for each year, and we're going to I think it's called post-mortem it for last year.
Okay.
And John Pryor will be our first winner of that award.
Posthumously.
Yes, posthumously.
Or something like that.
Yes. But however it is, we're going to award him the last year's award, and then after this season, we'll vote on what owner is the exceptional owner for the 2022 season. Participation, sexiness, you know.
Well, I hope it's me. If Broforce can make its way through one way or the other.
If sexiness is the only requirement,
we'll either trade cocaine for arms in the Middle East. We'll either invade your country for oil. So one of these decades, we're gonna get it right. Ever since the goddamn fucking Nazis and Hitler's queer ass, but we'll get it right. Goddamn it.
Hitler played on a TFO team at some point, I believe. So
he was, yes.
I think maybe like the Amazing Racists. I think maybe that's where he was. So we've had a lot of great teams.
Oh, God.
Hey, let's talk about the D&D key players here.
That's right. QB, Tiamat, that fucking twat, doing awesome. Number 4, bad passing QB with 3,500 yards and 41 touchdowns. Again, pass heavy. However, the running back Hellhound, who has been injured and replaced by the Mimic,
So is he mimicking the Hellhound? He is the Hellhound.
He's fucking hounding in the hell.
You know, they're not a big run team. They're mostly a pass team, so that shouldn't really hurt them too much.
But he's always been a good bailout for them.
And you need that with a good run team. The good thing is the Mimic, though, is their top punt returner. Number 3 bad punt returner with a 14-yard average. So hopefully he can step into the Hellhound's shoes here and fill it.
Well, if he puts a couple more points in his speed column of that game, I think he'll make it through and add just a sprinkle of intelligence in there to cast a spell. But yes, he's very strong. Left guard, gold pieces. Right? Yeah, fucking, yeah.
Yeah, gold
pieces. Offensive, that's
it's D&D. Gold pieces is the common
that's
thing,
right? It's so fucking common. 2022 D&D Pro Bowler.
Their only Pro Bowler.
That is amazing. Again, like I was saying earlier about the inside linebackers, linemen don't get enough credit out there, and sometimes the Pro Bowl tends to overlook them.
Yeah, well, and same thing for O-line, too. That's an O-liner, but it's the same thing, right? Like, you get overlooked based on that. I think where people can get confused is be like, oh, VGV and D&D only had one Pro Bowler, so they're not that great of teams. What that means to me is that they've spread the points out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're not trying for, 5 or 6 special players. They want to even it out, which means we're going to have a lot of points. And helping the D&D with that is their nose tackle, Battle Axe. Number 7 bad sacker, 26 sacks. So both of these teams with big nose tackles, that's going to mean a lot of sacks.
Yes, and especially with such a pass-heavy season that we've had, it means the world if defense can get just a little bit of more pressure on that quarterback, flush him out, or get in his face and just skull fuck the shit out of him. But let's take a look at the kick receiver, Displacer Beast, number 5 in the kick returns with an average of 18.4 yards. And especially for the hacks and how we play this game, special teams doesn't allot to many big plays.
Yeah, and it's something that gets overlooked a lot because the final stat screen doesn't really tell you anything about special teams. So a lot of people are like, oh, they only made 200 yards this game, where the special teams make 200, 300 yards for them. So yeah, like I think a problem D&D has had with these numbers is that they've dealt with a lot of injuries. Tiamat gets a migraine a lot easier than a normal woman. So she's been out some. I know Displacer Beast has been injured some. Hellhound's out. So D&D really has had to rely on some of their backups. But they're pretty much at full power here other than Hellhound. So I think that's going to make a pretty interesting contest for the Big Bad Championship.
Yeah, I agree. Even though Hellhound is out and we're such a pass-heavy type of league, it'll still get interesting because D&D is going to have to adjust here. Going to have to kick in a few more pass plays and hope it'll pay off dividends in the red zone. So, and going to what you were saying about the Pro Bowlers, they're making a lot of short-term sacrifices for long-end dividends. These are both Pro Bowlers in positions that aren't common at all, which means that these owners feel solid with their core group of people to be evened out to where the rest of their team can be elevated, and that is going to make this championship so much better.
And to add on to that real quick, it's just been such a heavy pass year. There's so many good quarterbacks, and the truth of the matter is I believe Kelly Kapowski was number 3 and Tiamat was number 4. So they could have easily been Pro Bowl quarterbacks. They're probably Pro Bowl quarterbacks if they would have been in the other division, the other league, honestly. So it's definitely going to be an epic. Both of these are the number 1 seeds from their conferences. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely the best of the best. Well, let's talk about the bad side of the equation here, because we're going to have a big bad contest on Sunday where we got the Sunday Knights taking on the Tiger Kings. Sunday Knights 13-3, just like the other 2 teams we talked about here today. But Tiger Kings 14-2. They were one of 2
That's
teams.
phenomenal.
They were one of 2 teams with 14 wins. The other one was TMNT. They lost in the first round. The other was Letterkenny Irish, and they were 15-1. No TFO team has ever done that.
Jeez.
And they lost to the Sunday Knights.
Well, you're going to have to look at it and just say, fuck you, Shorzy! It's just one of those things that a team like that can be so mountingly dominating and still lose it in the playoffs. To me, Sunday nights, I haven't seen them much this season, honestly, but it also sounds like some sort of weird not Christian, but weird Christian church that inserts the Dark Knight himself onto the crucifix and then just worships the dark savior that is Bruce Jesus Christ.
You know, I find this so interesting because, yeah, you came into this league as a new team this season. You were with us last season. The Sunday nights actually are from 2019. This is the second time Moyer has brought them in.
Okay.
And what they actually are is, so the Sunday show is JB and FK.
Okay.
And they are the video game Vikings. He owns the video game Vixens,
yeah,
but they're the video game Vikings. Okay. So they always do it on Sundays.
What a fucking cheap fucking change name. Get creative, fucker.
So they do the Sunday night show. So Moyer spoofed them and made the Sunday nights, and all of his players, they can never remember the players' names, so they make up their own names for the players. So he used the made-up names, like Shitty Bo Jackson, for example, is one of his players.
Okay.
So like Ford F-150 is his quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's all these it's like an homage to the Sunday night owners. So it's kind of ironic that they're going to be playing on Sunday nights. He brought him back this year. I don't know why he brought him back the second time, but I'm excited. Again, it's Anthony the Money Moyer. And, I mean, he's had a great season. Tell us about his team.
Yeah, let's look at it. Number 11, Mad Offense with 5,600 yards, 60% of those coming from passing. And on the other side of the ball, number 5, Mad Defense coming in at 5,400 yards allowed against 78% passing. That's a little less impressive that I would like to see. I mean, almost 6,000 yards against a pass-heavy type of league. But, I mean, they still made it to the championship, so what the fuck can I say?
Yeah, so he's going to go against Bobby here, and Bobby's got to like that, allowing 78% passing, obviously, because he's performing 71% passes, it shows. So, but the other thing is, that shows me that the Sunday nights are good against the run. And one thing that people don't remember is the Tiger Kings, their quarterback, Joe Exotic, he loves to run.
That's true, yeah.
He's the number 10 rusher.
Yeah.
And he's a quarterback. He's ran in over 20 touchdowns. So
fucking regular RG3 out there.
Again, his first year.
His first year.
I was a Redskin fan.
Michael Vick.
His first year. First year, yeah. So I do think these numbers are interesting based on the matchup. The Sunday nights are the only team that's not coming into this as the number 1 seed. They beat the Letterkenny Irish by 6 points to win the Mad Dog Championship. But they won their division, the Mad Dog Crackle, by 7 wins.
Yeah.
So they were fairly dominant. He has 18 Pro Bowlers over his season, Moyer does, over 9 seasons with 7 different teams. The Sunday nights are one of the only few teams that he's done more than once.
I mean, and that's impressive. That's just speaking to the intelligence of the man towards the game. So this owner is putting the right people in the front office in place to then take it down to the field. Winning your division by 7 wins is just absolutely like some sort of fetish dominance that people yearn for, and I love it. But some of their key players, let's look at it. Quarterback, Ford F-150, which is, I feel like as I read these, it's like Michael Che and the other fucking guy that's now knocking up Scarlett Johansson. Like when they do the joke swap, that's how I feel like reading this. Anyway, Ford F-150, he's number 11 Mad QB, just outside of the top 10, but 2,900 yards, 28 TDs. You'd like to see those numbers bumped a little bit, again, like we keep saying, to stroke you all off with this pass-heavy shit. Everybody wants to see the high scores. But the running back, the Rat Man, coming in at number 6 Mad Rusher, 1,400 yards, 23 TDs.
Yeah, so it's complementary, right? So Sunday nights aren't launching the ball super far. They're trying to get it to Shitty Bo Jackson, their wide receiver out there, but they're throwing little bits to the Ratman, and then the Ratman's chunking
Nickel and dime,
yeah.
nickel and dime,
So they're
and dime.
definitely a totally different offense than I think these other teams that are going to be playing this weekend. But you also have to look at the kicker, Dodge Caravan, number 6 mad kicker, 13 field goals. It whips, so if you hit the parking brake as you come up there, you swing the end around.
It? But you got to open the side doors at the same time to just throw your kids out, because why the fuck would you care about them at all?
It's not a caravan, it's a caravan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just like, no, we're marching across the desert with a whole bunch of fucking camels staring at their asshole as they shit back at us. But we get on to the Coltrane, the 2022 Pro Bowler for the Sunday nights. Fuck, I'm still reading like Sun Nights. It's fucking incredible. Number 3, Mad Sacker, 32 sacks, and that is impressive because we have seen a lot of decent defensive pressure across the league this year.
He has a good pedigree, too, because people don't remember that he also played on the Gears of War team back in the day. So he's not just a Sunday night, he's got that the chainsaw they use to cut the horde up and shit. He's ready to go out there and go after Joe Exotic. He's looking for that mount to put on his wall.
Coltrane is the perfect mix between an athlete and the Doom guy. Like it's like they had a fucking baby, and he's out there with this incredible armor, doing incredible things for the human race. But let's move on to the Tiger Kings.
Whoa, first. I put this on here specially. The kick returner, the Cocaine Mule Cat.
Yeah, I forgot
Don't
about
forget Cocaine
Cocaine
Mule Cat, 2019 Pro Bowler. To me, he's the heart and soul of the Sunday nights because Cocaine Mule Cat was owned by JB. And unfortunately, Cocaine Mule Cat, he had to go away, to the farm, if you will,
Yeah.
So we have to remember him in our hearts and the cocaine that he brought us in his ass.
Yes.
And so, yeah,
and that's how little Jimmy and I like it. It's just straight out of the ass.
And the last few weeks for all of these playoff games, really, the Sunday nights have leaned heavily on the Mule Cat.
Well, and, little Jimmy and I aren't without our deviated septums, thanks to the glorious cocaine. And, that's a shame that old BJ had to,
JB.
Yeah, that fucking guy. And it's a shame.
He does give good BJs. So.
Oh, thank God.
Last year at the championship, we had the bum show up, and he was almost raped in a car. Do you remember that?
Well, he came back and was like screaming about it or something like that, and we're like, you're fucking stupid.
Curry's like, JB, they took him around the corner and shit, and John had to go after him and save him, basically. He was gonna get raped in that car.
But who took him?
Oh, the bum. Oh, somebody outside. I think it's the homeless guy. They were drinking outside on the patio.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And the homeless guy came up and did some sort of trick or something to get money, and they gave him money and they laughed with him a little bit, and then they took him to this car in the back, and there was a chick and tried to rape the bum.
But what? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, wow, that's what TFO's all about, baby.
Holy shit, I forgot about that. Anyway.
So let's talk about the Tiger Kings.
Let's talk about the Tiger Kings. He didn't win his appeal, but
he didn't. Joe didn't win his appeal.
I don't think so.
Well, R.I.P. Joe.
Anyway, the Tiger Kings.
He will get released for the game. Just to be clear, we have.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, we take care. American laws don't matter to TFO.
Well, Patriot Act and George Bush and everything.
George
like
W.
That.
Bush, motherfucker.
W. I love me a W. This is funny. They got like the number 5 mad offense coming in at like 6,500 yards.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. And again, 71% of those were out of passing. But the number 3 mad defense, Tiger Kings, with only 5,300 yards allowed. Again, 74% passing, but that's nothing new.
But this is the in for the Sunday nights here. They lean on the Rat Man for the running. And so the Tiger Kings are blocking only 26% rushes. So I think that can be a door for them to get in And, of course, Tiger Kings won the Mad Max Crackle division by 7 wins, just like the Sunday Knights. They dominated their division. They defeated the Prophet Destroyers last week, 13 points to win the Mad Max Championship. And what's that say there? Bobby has 8 Pro Bowlers total over 3 seasons with 3 different teams. And he, too, has been to the TFO Championship previously. He went his rookie year, 2020, as the Dodge My Balls, which was the dodgeball theme team. So,
Well, let's get into the key players here. Of course, Joe Exotic, number 2, mad passing QB with 3,800 yards and 48 TDs. Already talked about his 20 TDs in the rushing, but another one here.
barely missed Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Number 3, people were pissed about it, but he was just right on that precipice. And so we also have your favorite player, the nose tackle, methamphetamine.
Oh, it feels so electric underneath your skin. So tingly.
2022 Pro Bowler. I believe Tiger Kings had 4 Pro Bowlers. He had 25 sacks as the number 4 sacker, and their defense even gets more impressive, as you're about to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Again, another couple of positions that are kind of here and there this season. The right outside linebacker, Joshua Dial, 2022 Pro Bowler with 18 sacks, and Sardine Oil, the 2022 Pro Bowler with 20 sacks. So those linebackers really working their way in on that right side.
And they're right behind that nose tackle. So you have 3 defensive Pro Bowlers coming for your throat. It's just, and then on special teams, you got to worry about John Reinke. I think it is. I didn't.
Reinke.
Did you watch the Tiger King? I only watched a little bit. Of it.
Yeah.
Okay, John Reinke, we'll call him. Kicker, Pro Bowler, number 2 mad kicker, 15 field goals. But Tiger King's dealing with some injuries too. Running back Finley and wide receiver Kitty's out, but we're being told Kitty is going to be returning today.
Yes, little Jimmy.
Or for the game.
Well, yes, maybe today, and if
Maybe
they win,
Sunday.
yeah, maybe Sunday. We'll see. Yes, I have been hearing whispers and little Jimmy as well about our little kitties.
He knows about the little kitty. I heard him in my girlfriend's bedroom going, kitty, here, kitty,
Yeah.
let me lick you, kitty. And we don't own a cat though.
And well, yeah, that's so weird because when you can get a dog to say mew, it's really something to behold. But yes, little Jimmy and I have been talking to our little kitties, and it's very soon. Something's going to happen very soon here.
Meow. It's like Sonic says, meow.
Meow.
Awesome. Well, you know what? This weekend looks to be an epic, and I'm going to be here in Striker's basement to call both of those matchups, so definitely join us this Saturday and this Sunday as we see who will be going to the Bahamut Bowl on June 30th live in Columbus at 16-Bit Bar, the 10th ever TFO champion. How the hell did we get here?
A great bit of blood, sacrificial screams, and orgasms.
I was thinking titties, but orgasms cover it a
yeah,
lot better. I like that.
Orgasms do cover a lot better.
Oh! That sounds like a velociraptor. All right, TFO. Love you, and we will see you this weekend. I have to piss.